and welcome. My name is Heroine Bob and welcome to Bob Buys, where this video we are going to do a what sold video while I'm thrifting, because the what sold videos I know are the ones that I like to watch and also the ones that I know are sometimes most helpful for y'all, but I like filming them the least. So in order to make it more interesting maybe for you guys and also for myself, I am just going to give you guys my sales for the week of January 17th to January 23rd while I thrift. So we're gonna start off with Etsy. I had one sale on Etsy and I sold this Bay Street 90s t-shirt. It was a plain blue, baby blue t-shirt that I got for free from my aunt, and I tie-dyed it in my tie-dyeing video, and it sold for $20 on Etsy and the buyer paid for shipping. And the next item we're going to talk about is this blue billiard chalk. This was a bad buy on my part. I did pay $7 for the box. It had 36 pieces of billiard chalk in it. I broke it into 3 sets of 12. I've sold all 3 of them, as you guys can see, but because I had to offer free shipping due to the competition on eBay, I actually lost about 54 cents on this sale of these items, but they were part of my listing challenge. I did get this box out of my house and I got some good feedback, so I still think it's a net positive overall, and I learned I should not buy billiard chalk anymore. But I'm gonna go into the DAV and see what I can find for resale. So the first thing when I walked in, I saw this beautiful tartan scarf. Soft, wonderful, and surprisingly new at tags. However, when I went to go check to see what price it was, it gets to stay here. And then I looked to my right and saw a whole bunch of graphic novels. This is the only one that seemed to be worth it for resale. And then I went over to the shoes real quick and found some new tag Sperry's for $4. That's amazing. So glad I decided to go in there because I got new with tags wedge Sperry's for women's, which was weird. They'd marked it down to $4 because I guess nobody wanted to pay $15 for it. And then I also picked up that graphic novel for $5. It's selling pretty consistently for $20 on eBay, and I didn't scan it for Amazon, but I'll double check that. So let's give you guys some more sales. I sold the Under Armour Cold Gear for $10 free shipping. The reason why I had to sell it for $10 is because it is part of my listing challenge, and when I did finally take it out and take pictures of it, it had a couple stains on it, so I just marked it as $10 to get it out of my house. I still made a profit on it because I only paid $2 for it when I initially bought it. So I'm pretty happy that it's out of my house and out of my death pile, and I got a little bit of money in my pocket. Also, low sale, I sold the Taft Publishing mug for $3. I only paid $1/4 for it, and so I basically like 10 times my money even after fees and shipping. So I'm really happy it went off to a new home where someone's gonna hopefully use it and didn't get smashed and trashed. So this is a men's Columbia 2XL. As I stated in my listing video when I listed this, that I don't pick up Columbia unless I get it for really cheap, and or if it's new with tags, because there's a glut of it just literally everywhere. It's a really good product. This is one of those vintage fishing shirts, so it sold for $14 free shipping. It was super light even as a 2XL, so since I only paid $2 for this, I am in the profit very happily. And this next item was also part of my listing challenge. It is this Sears Fieldmaster vintage quilted flannel piece. Oh, so nice. Especially after I used my fabric shaver on it. I took a best offer of $21.14 and the buyer paid for shipping. So the listing challenge is working because I am selling the things actually very quickly after I list them. So I'm very grateful I'm doing that, and I will be continuing to do it in February. So I guess on to the next place. So I saw this mommy dog with her little babies, and these actually sell really well, and they only wanted $3 for it, but then I noticed one of the poor babies had been broken and glued very badly back together, so poor pup has to stay here. Sorry. And then I saw an entire collection of hen in the nests. The pink one was actually Fenton, as you can see from the mark on the bottom, and they wanted $15 for it, and the problem is that it had some damage to it. And then I saw this one because I like gray, and it's big, made in China. It's gonna have to stay here, so sorry. They're cute, but no. And then of course, you guys know I love green things. I saw this and I checked the bottom, and then I checked comps, and these are selling between $15 to $20 on eBay. So I picked this up, no problem. And then I saw this and it made me curious. I couldn't figure out how to open it, but then I looked on the bottom and saw it was only $2, and it's the Thermos brand, and it's made in West Germany. So I tried to figure out how to open it one more time to check the inside and just couldn't, so I'll get back to that. So I was able to find a couple things at that thrift store. I was able to find the green vase, which is a vintage Toyo from Japan, and you guys know I already have a weak spot for green stuff. And then also a vintage West Germany Thermos brand, surprisingly, pitcher. And it took me a little while to figure out how to open it. It just twists off, which made me feel so dumb. But it actually has a copper inside, which, big excite for that. But let's get into a few more sales with this horrible lighting. So I sold this piece of restaurant wear. Again, this was part of my listing challenge. It was the Rutland pattern, and I sold it for $4.87. I actually only paid like 70 cents for this piece, so very happy about saving another piece of American pottery history. And I also sold this vintage Izod Lacoste cardigan for a best offer of $21.14. The buyer did pay for shipping, so also part of my listing challenge. Again, very happy that I am forcing myself to do that because it is getting more money into my pocket. This is actually a recent purchase. This was from my restore video. I sold these healing cards for $10. I did take a best offer and the buyer paid for shipping, but I only paid $1 for it, so very happy with that. And then this vintage travel mug, it reminded me a little bit of Otagiri, but I didn't know if it was Otagiri for sure because it might have had a sticker on it. So I just listed it as a vintage travel mug, which is what it is. It actually went to Maine and I sold it for $12 plus shipping. Very, very Maine theme kind of a vibe anyway. So saved another thing from getting smashed and trashed, and I made some money. So I am going to go to the boys' house now and make some lunch because I am hungry. So I will see you guys in a little bit for a few more sales. Yes, I'm basically having breakfast for lunch. So I've just finished lunch and it's time for the last two sales for the day. I sold this pair of indigo green booties for $20 plus shipping, and I sold this pair of Sperry's for $12 plus shipping. This is older inventory that I've held onto for a while, so I wasn't sad about taking a best offer on them. Now, I know none of these were really high dollar sales, but they all made me exceptionally happy because it was inventory that had been sitting in my death pile that is now at a new home with a new person who will hopefully love them and give them a second chance at life. I hope you guys enjoyed this change in my what sold video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna try to scoot over a little bit. Nice. So I found two more things to resell. Where's my phone? Awesome. I'm so glad I found some stuff in that thrift store. I'm at the thrift store